Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon. I wanted to again go through this 3.5 standard form quiz, kind of what will be on the quiz tomorrow. I changed the numbers, that's why there's black and stuff. And the first question, you're going to need to know what standard form is. Second, you should know what the x-intercept is. Okay, you're going to have to rewrite equations so that they are in standard form. Anything that has a fraction or a decimal is not. So that's going to be the first one we're going to do. So for this one, we're going to multiply this whole thing by the common denominator of 20. So we're going to multiply 6 by 20. We're going to multiply 1/4 by 20 and 1/5 by 20. Oh, it's so blurry. See if I can change. No. Sorry about the blurriness. Maybe if I do this, it'll be better. All right, so 1/5, remember a whole number multiplied by a fraction, you do 20 times 1 and divide by 5. So 20 divided by 5 is 4x. And then 20 times 1 is 20. Divided by 4 is 5. So 4x minus 5y equals, and then it's going to equal 120. And that's all you're going to have to write. Rewrite the equation so they're in standard form. This is in standard form. That's in that ax plus by equals c form, where a, b, and c are all whole integers or whole numbers. Okay, 2.15, 2.15, 1.4, both have a decimal in there. I see that I have a decimal of to the hundredths place, so I'm going to multiply this by 100. So that means every number has to move, the decimal has to move 2 places. So this goes to 215x plus, I have to move it 1 more, so 140y equals 600. All right, the next one, we're going to state the x and the y intercepts, and then we're going to graph the function using those intercepts. So in this equation, I can first find the y-intercept, and I need to rewrite my equation. Equals 15, and then to find the y-intercept, I replace the x with 0. That means anything multiplied by 0, that goes away. So all I have is 3y equals 15. Divide by 3, divide by 3, y equals 5. So my y-intercept, I start at the origin where my 2 darker lines meet, or my y-axis meets my x-axis, the origin right here, I go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put a dot. I only need one more dot to make a line. So I'm going to find the x-intercept. So to find the x-intercept, I'm going to rewrite my equation. 5x plus 3y equals 15. Bring this down a little bit. Okay, to find the x-intercept, I replace the y with 0. That goes away. I have a negative 5x left equals 15. I have to divide by that negative 5. X is equal to a negative 3. And this negative 3 is because only one of these numbers is negative. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Okay, so my x-intercept is negative 3, so I'm going to start again at my origin, and I go to the left, 1, 2, 3. That's where my line crosses my x-axis. And then I can draw a line, straight line between the two. Okay, level 3 questions. We're going to state the x and y intercepts and then graph the equation using the intercepts. So for this one, this is a level 3 question because first you're going to have this equation. You're going to start with equation like this, an equation like this. 2/3 x minus 6y equals 12. So with this problem, I first need to get rid of my 2/3. So I'm going to multiply everything by 3, and whatever this fraction is, because I don't have any other fractions over here. So I need to multiply this whole thing by 3. Well, 3 times 2 is 6, divided by 3 is 2. So 2x. 3 times 6 is 18. This sign stays the same. Y stays the same, equals, and then 12 times 3 is 36. Now I have to find my x and my y intercepts. So my x intercept, I'm going to write my equation. But when I write my equation for y, I'm going to replace the y with 0, equals 36. That goes away. I have 2x equals 30. Divide by 2, x is equal to 15. Now if you notice, on the other one I did the y-intercept first, and on this one I did the x-intercept. It doesn't matter which one you find first. You just have to know that I found the x. So I have to go over to 15 on the x. So on here, I don't have enough lines. So what you could do is you could maybe count by 2s. If you can fit it on there, you could count by 3s. You just have to count by the same every time. So if I counted by 3s, or I guess even 5s, if I counted by 5s, 5, 10, 15, there would be my dot for my x-intercept, because x is equal to 15. Okay, y-intercept, I'm going to rewrite my equation. 2x, but wherever the x is, I'm going to put the 0, minus 18y equals 36. Okay, this goes away. This is minus here, so I have to remember that stays with that 18. So I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 18. So 18, that goes away. We get y equals a negative 2. Okay, so here my y-intercept, I'm going to go down 2. I want you to label, however you label these, I would like you to label them. So like, just again, you can label them or go however many you want, but make sure that you are labeling them. So if you go down 2, 4, then my number, because these are negatives, would be that negative 2 would go right there. All right, this problem again has a fraction. You don't necessarily need to get rid of the fraction here. So to do the y-intercept, this is in the form y equals mx plus b. So it's minus 2. So it's going to be a negative 2 is my y-intercept. Now if it says state the x and the y-intercept, I need you to write y-intercept is equal to negative 2. Whatever that number is here. Okay, x-intercept. You need to do the math out. To find the x-intercept, you replace the y with 0. So 1/2 x minus 2. I'm going to add 2 to both sides, so I have 2 equals 1/2 x. Multiply both sides by 2 over 1, or 2. So 4 is equal to my x. So on my x-axis, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have 2 lines. Okay. All right. The last one is more of interpreting the x and the y. So if this right here is given, and it says the graph shows the option that Amy has, well, yeah, for decorations for her birthday party to stay within her budget. $36 is how much she wants to spend. This is represented by the function 2x plus 3y. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Sorry. 2x plus 3y equals 36. So in our graph, we are going to ask you to interpret the x and the y-intercept. So the x, where this meets, right here. This line is for something else, but is for the actual problem, not the answer. It's going to give you that, but what does the x and the y-intercept mean? Well, you have to figure out what they are. So if I have 2x plus 3y equals 36, and I know it was for a birthday party, and it said decorations, but we're going to pretend like it's pop and candy. So my X is representing my pop. How many pops can I get without getting any candy? Well, my X, I'm going to be multiplying by, is going to represent my pop. So my pops are $2, my candy is $3. How many candies could I get? I'm sorry, pops could I get without getting any candy? Well, that means I'm going to replace or get rid of that 3y, right? Well, that means to find my x-intercept, I need to replace my y with 0. So 2x plus 3y equals 36. That goes away. 2x, I'm going to divide both sides. I'm running out of room, that's why I'm kind of... So x is equal to 18. So this number here, well, let's see, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, right between there would be 18. So this graph would be right for this. So my x would be 18. What does that mean? Well, I can buy 18 pops, but no candy. And you are going to want to write that. 18 pops, but no candy, 0 candy. And then you would find the y-intercept, which is going to be 2 times 0 plus 3y equals 36. How much time do I have left? That goes away. 3y equals 36 divided by 3 divided by 3. Y is equal to 12. So this number here is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 12, I can buy 12 candies or whatever, boxes of candy, but 0 pops. So that's what you're going to say when you interpret the x and the y intercepts. All right. Hopefully this helped.